moves. So we worked on the brush knee pushes, brush knee punch downward, and we looked a little bit at the turnaround strike with back fist. Does that sound familiar?
Yes.
I wasn't here for the turnaround strike back.
We just got
The punch
Yeah,
downward. and then
but you introduced it, you just got hold it. We didn't
That's
actually.
what I thought. Okay, so then in class last night, we looked at the turnaround strike with back fist, so we can hopefully squeeze into that
Mhm.
today. So, but let's go ahead and do the minor kicking section a couple of times together. So we'll start from single whip. We'll go through pat high horse all the way through the turnaround, brush knee punch downward. We'll do that twice together. All right, so single whip. And pat high horse. And you should have your left foot forward. There you go. And separate right foot. And then the end of separate is when you step sideways and close the door. So that's the end of the move. I won't make you stand every foot in there. And separate left foot. Turn. Strike with heel. Left. Brush knee push. Brush knee push. Brush knee, punch down. Good, reset. And single whip. Check your feet, everybody. Good job, dragons. Good correction, Mr. Watkins. Good, good, good. And pat high horse. Separate right foot. Separate left foot. Turn. Strike with heel. Left. Brush knee push. Brush knee push. Brush knee, punch downward. And release. Any questions about any of those? No? Anything you need to see?
Can I see your hands for when you get ready to do those?
The separates?
Yeah.
Sure.
Let me hang
I know, it's a little, and it's a weird one. These were hard for me to get.
Yeah, it's like, I'm not too worried about it right now, but.
That's good, don't be worried about it, but do know that if you feel like, what? I remember feeling, what are you doing? First of all, it was, what do you mean you're standing on one leg in Tai Chi? Did not know that was a thing. And then your hands are doing really weird things. Okay, so. But they don't cross, that's heels. Heels that cross, separates, they stay separate. Like they're on little swimming lanes. So what I talked about in intermediate advanced last night is it'll help if you can get a sense of where the weight is in this, because then the arms make a little bit more sense. There's like one arc, two arcs. So, you know, by Tai Chi horse, like the shift, and so there's like this one, and then this thing happens. Yes, yes. But when we break up into the thing, and then the hand one goes around, and but not the other, and then they don't cross. But if you can slow and relax the shoulders, it feels good and it makes a little bit more sense, because it's super complicated to like, yeah. So as someone who's a second degree, I think it was a lot of check
Yes, but
experience.
the flow feels good. I was just literally like, okay, well, I know I'm moving, I just didn't know
Yeah.
what they were.
Yeah, so your chin will come in handy with this one, because it's got that kind of almost like whirling wind arm sort of vibe to it. Good question. All right. Ready to see how the heck to get out of turnaround punch downward? So the cool thing is, turnaround strike with back fist is identical, except you're coming at it from a different angle. And the one difference is, the two words that will help you get ready to transition is stand up, okay? So, because you know, in the first one, you're at fan through back, and so you're already up, and you do this guy. So this one, I'm here. What turn and shift. Well, your hand is already a fist. That's the bonus. But we'll go through it together. So that's my number one tip. Stand up, and then you'll be ready to do the move as you know. So let's go ahead and start from the end of turn first knee touch down. So stand up, and you know your fist is here, and there's a little bit of an implied elbow energy here. I'm not actively like jamming someone with my elbow, but even in the first one with fan through back, there's this little bit of, if you know anything about 8 energies, there's this elbow implied energy there. Like I could strike somebody with that. Same thing here. So think of this rounded out elbow as you stand up. So don't let your arm collapse. So you're here. Now I'm going to turn to the right. Let the left toes turn all the way in. I'm going to turn a little bit more to the left. Right fist under left elbow. Sink down. Step in. Step back. And as I put the heel down is when I block. Then I'm going to shift forward to strike. And then I'm going to turn my hip and the toes for the chop. Yep. Release. So you get at it differently, but other than that, and your fist is already in a fist. I just keep getting tricked by your experience. So this happens twice in the second section, once in the third section. There's a fancy back. So in Tai Chi, this is the first move students see where your hands will do 3 different things for 1 step. So that's not a huge deal for you, but for if you've never done anything, you're like, wait a minute, why is this hard? Because there's timing here. So stay there, and I'll show you what happens when it comes around, and it'll make more sense. So there's turning. So I turn, and it's going to be like a reverse single whip. Left toes come all the way in. I'm going to turn a little bit more, and then this goes under the elbow. I'm going to sink down and step. Someone is throwing a punch this way. So I'm trying not to get hit. So as I try to put my heel down, I block that before I shift. Then as I shift, there's a back fist. And then as this turns in, there's a chop. So it's all those, it's this cascade from 1 step with the shift. All right, you want to try it again a couple times together? All right, so we're at the end of brush knee punch downward. So stand up, turn to the right, left toes in. Turn a little bit more to the left, right fist under left elbow. Sink down, step in. And as the heel plants, as you step back, block down. Then shift forward, back fist. Turn the waist and turn the toes in as you chop with the left. Yes. And if I could get you just 1 step over so the camera. No, you're fine. Just that way a little bit. Yes, it's a fisheye lens, so it kind of condenses everything in the middle. There we go. All right, let's try it again. And stand up and turn. Turn to the left, right hand under left elbow. Sink down, step in. Step back as the heel touches is when you block with the left. Then you're going to shift forward for a back fist, and you're going to turn the hip and the toes in with a chop with the left. Correct. Release. This hand will make kind of a circle. So it does here, here, and then chop around. So it kind of, so it blocks, lowers, and then it comes around from the top. Questions, comments, suggestions? No? All right, let's sneak up on it. Let's do the whole minor kicking section, including then the turnaround striking practice. So we'll start from single whip. And pat high horse. Separate right foot. And then you step laterally and there you go. And then separate left foot. Turn. Strike with heel. Left. Brush knee push. Brush knee push. Brush left knee, punch downward. Turn around, strike with back fist. And then block, back fist, chop. Good. Anyone, please, anyone got a hazard on what comes next after that? Well, the good news is it's the same as the other one.
Oh, okay.
So, over here, anybody remember? Hidden hand punch.
Oh,
Oh,
hand
okay.
punch, yeah, of course.
And then we go into the major kicking section, which is all
Okay.
heel kicks all the time, except for cool turnaround knee thing. All right, any questions? Anything before we go out? Okay, cool, good work, looks good. All righty, go ahead and bow to master's path.
Head instructor?
Bow to advanced, intermediate, and beginner level students. Students at home, master's path training is dismissed. Good job, everyone.